Hi, everybody. I'm Sarah Lamont. I am an early stage investor at F Prime Capital and an advocate for FinTech Sandbox. And today I'm so excited to introduce Rentdrop and its co-founder and CEO, Remen. So Rentdrop is solving a problem that many of us know well, I think, as well evidenced by the fact that the market contains about $310 billion worth of rent payments collected each year. So what Rentdrop does is it helps self-managing landlords collect rent payments digitally with no transaction fees for either the renters or the landlords. So landlords love it because they get paid faster at no cost to them, and renters love it because they can pay rent digitally, not send in a check every month, and eventually can use their payment history to build their credit. So before launching Rentdrop, Remen and his co-founder Ben were both product managers at HubSpot. Ben scaled HubSpot CRM to be the most used CRM in the world, above Salesforce, in just 5 years. And Remen conceptualized and launched the highest rated reporting app at HubSpot while he was there. Together, the team is solving a problem that they know very well. They have been renting for over 20 years, and their CTO, Nick, has been on the other side as an actual landlord who has experienced those payment frustrations firsthand. So they have both sides of the coin on their team. And the company is growing very quickly. The monthly rent process has quadrupled in just the 2-month period between January and March of this year. So without further ado, please welcome Remen, co-founder and CEO of Rentdrop.
Hi, I'm Remen, CEO of Rentdrop. We're eliminating friction from $310 billion of rent payments for small landlords. Today's landlords have two bad choices for rent collection. First off, there's collecting rent checks. This is a terrible system that renters hate and landlords merely tolerate for all the obvious reasons listed here. Next, we have collecting with rent payment apps like Venmo. These simplify things for renters, but don't improve things for landlords who now have to deal with sending manual payment requests every month, individual renter payments that aren't aggregated by unit anymore, and multiple payments from the same renter due to low daily send limits. These apps aren't just digitizing a broken process, they're actively making it worse. And yet, these tools are used to process more than $100 billion of rent every single year. And landlords that switched to digital during the pandemic are desperate for a better solution. We hear from them all the time. That's because all this payment friction is driving $12 billion of preventable late rent every year, and nearly 3 days a year spent on payment collections. Time and money that matters to landlords. So we built Rentdrop to address these core payment issues, offering automation, high send limits, multiple payment options, and payment visibility that both landlords and renters crave. But we didn't just stop there. We're building a solution that doesn't just remove friction from existing rent payments, but changes renter motivations and makes them want to pay on time. How? By offering credit bureau reporting in a flexible sign-up process. Sounds pretty cool, right? Now, before I dive into the details of that, let me show you the app first. Now, here you can see a renter setting up recurring payment for himself and a roommate. Now, in this example, we're only going to add one roommate, but we're going to allow renters to add as many roommates or potential subletters as they want. And we're collecting the phone numbers so we can send out invitations and sign up via SMS. Once that's done, he can specify a rent amount and the payment timing details from the lease. Now, this step is key because it powers our auto payment system, which is going to make mailing rent checks as effortless as paying for Netflix every single month. And when it comes to the landlord, we're capturing email and phone in addition to the mailing address you would expect. And that's because every rent check we send is also going to be paired with digital notifications, providing a much more transparent payment experience than they would have otherwise. We want to be a payment app that both parties love, and this is how you do it. And with that, we click send invitations, and boom, first rent drop is created. Now let's return to credit bureau reporting. This is vital for addressing late rent because it makes on-time payments a renter priority, not just a landlord one. And it becomes magical when paired with our unique acquisition model. Our check mailing product allows renters forced to pay check to get a Venmo-style payment experience without landlord permission. And they're incentivized to do this because they'll be able to boost their score by paying with us. But we also have a fully digital payment solution for landlords. And this drives a really powerful viral loop where landlords bring on renters for Rentdrop digital payments. Those renters move and continue to pay with Rentdrop checks. And then their new landlords will eventually switch over to Rentdrop digital payments. And it goes on and on and on. So from an acquisition perspective, this year we're focusing our marketing on winning student renters right here in Boston. There's a lot of rent up for grabs here, and students are attracted to us because one, they have multiple roommates, two, high word of mouth, three, significant turnover and new acquisition every year, and then four, concentration in a few neighborhoods that we can target with focused marketing efforts. And the learnings we take from Boston can be applied across the country, where we see more than 200 million of ARR available with no meaningful competition. And since college students only represent less than 10% of renters in the US, there's a much bigger opportunity that awaits us still. Now, we've nearly doubled every month since the start of the year, and we're currently processing about 105,000 of rent. What's most exciting is that 3/4 of our landlords switched to us after previously using Venmo and Zelle. Houston, we found a problem. And on the business side, we're looking to earn more than $100 a year from renters through a mix of check mailing, credit bureau reporting, and credit card transaction fees. And we'll also allow landlords to pay for credit bureau reporting too, if they want. But we want to own all rent payments in the US, which means we're going after cash and money orders too. We'll be integrating into walk-in payment networks, allowing renters to drop off cash at nearby retail locations, and then landlords will see these payments tracked in-app alongside card or ACH. It's a massive win for landlords who finally get an app that will handle all of their rent collection, regardless of how a renter wants to pay. Mind blown. So here's what we need your help with. First, we're looking for strategics we can partner with to launch some of the payment features that are coming later this year. In addition, we're looking for connections within the real estate ecosystem to supercharge our product design and marketing efforts. So that's Rentdrop. We're on a mission to make rent payments effortless and rewarding for everyone involved. Thanks for the time.